Well, good morning, everyone. It is January 30th, and I woke up to the tragic news about the collision in Washington, D.C. over the Potomac River. That reminded me of a somewhat similar situation, or maybe not so similar. Back then, we had cold weather in 1982. It was January 13th, and I remember it because I lived in Virginia. I was 9 years old, and there was a catastrophic plane crash that day and was later turned into a couple of movies for the week. I think there was at least one. Back in the 80s, we turned these kinds of things into movies of the week. Might as well make some money and a little entertainment out of tragedies like this. And in case you are dense, that was sarcasm. It's been 10 days of this shit, and I'm pretty angry about a lot of things. I still can't believe that we have to endure this man for however long it takes before he's either kicked out of office or drops dead of cheeseburger overdose. And believe me, I'm praying for it. Passively. I don't really do a lot of praying these days, but maybe it's time I started praying. Maybe that would help. I actually felt a bit angry this morning when I woke up. Sad to hear about the people who senselessly lost their lives. And I don't know what caused that collision, and I don't think it helped that Donald Trump fired people that were on a committee to ensure airline and aviation safety. Could turn out that had nothing to do with it, but I really don't think it helped. I don't think it helped that everybody's all stressed out right now because of decisions like cutting off federal aid and federal loans, which are affecting people's education and health care and even their ability to eat. And I know he rescinded that because we've all been crying out about it. But I'm sure that didn't help. I'm sure it didn't help at all. Everybody's under stress, except for those who just think that this man can do no wrong. And they laugh at people like me who are angry and upset about this. Because, I really, obviously, because I'm a woman and I'm, in my 50s now, obviously I don't have the right to be pissed about this. I don't have the right to complain about it. They're just going to tell me to fuck my feelings and laugh about my liberal tears and tell me to cry harder. And isn't that just dandy? I mean, obviously, if you are not in favor of Donald Trump, you must be a leftist or a communist or a socialist or a Marxist, which is complete bullshit. Just because I don't like Donald Trump, that doesn't make me in favor of any of those things. Not that they are even bad things in and of themselves. What usually tends to make these ideas bad are the people behind them who are usually very greedy and narcissistic. It really doesn't matter. Right now I'm reading a book about how East Germany formed. And it's crazy because, that was a very repressive, oppressive, left-wing community, kind of drew out of the Soviet era. And we all know that Soviet Union, that was all communism. But it's so strange because things that I'm reading about that time, it's echoing what we're seeing today. The same motivations behind people who have decided they need to be in charge and they need to cause revolution and oppress everybody and get everybody in line. You all think that Donald Trump isn't on the left. Well, he may not be in terms of the actual ism, but it's the same motivation. Selfish people that just want to be in control of everything. They want to have all the power and all the money. And it doesn't matter if you're just a pissant citizen of the country, because to him, you were just little worker bees. Who gives a shit about anybody if they don't have billions of dollars to give him, or sexual gratification? And he doesn't even care about those people, because once he has what he wants, you're dead to him. And pretty soon a lot of people are going to be dead, because they can't get health care, or they can't afford to feed their families. It may be a health crisis, or it may be somebody deciding they just don't want to live in this world anymore. Or it could be people having accidents because they're stressed out and they're concerned with other things other than what they should be doing. This morning I actually decided to put up a couple of songs, and they were by Jefferson Airplane. And the songs themselves are really not, I don't know that they really have much to do with what's going on today. I chose them mainly for the mood, because I just feel like yelling and screaming, and those are good songs for that. But also, they came out in the 60s, and that was a fairly tumultuous time. It was before I was born, but I've seen enough programs and documentaries and read enough and been around enough people who were around during that time, and I know that that was a time of change, and I guess that's what we're going through now. I don't know if we're going to go with the whole Trump agenda, or if we're going to fight back against this asshole and the people who enable him. Personally, I just don't even know. I don't even know if I, like, what is the fucking point, really? It's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking that people have worked so hard to get to where they are, or they're just trying to survive every day. And we have this person who's got nothing but privilege and money and an endless thirst for power, holding people down. It's heartbreaking. But what can I do other than make cover songs and the odd parody, which when I'm not so angry, maybe I will be able to do again. Anyway, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you for listening. And if you're a Trump supporter and you feel like you need to set me straight, kindly just go fuck yourself. I really don't want to hear from you. And I've already said multiple times what I do with your comments and what I do with your ability to comment on my channel. I just don't give a shit about what you have to say. We told you repeatedly, and this is what you signed us up for. So, fuck you very much.